Hi there, just another quick video to look at some movements in trades that I've had for a few days, and I did a video before looking at Bitshares and some of the information behind it. I thought that there was quite a lot of potential in this coin to go up in price. It seems a little bit undervalued, and certainly the market depth is showing a significant wall of buy orders here, but they don't seem to move much. It's been very, very quiet. I think I've had this open order on Bitshares now for at least a week, possibly a bit more, and so there's been very little movement. But in the last 3-4 hours, there's a little bit of a pickup. The question now is whether that pickup is enough to entice the rest of these buy orders to actually move a little bit and actually start coming this way into the sell territory. I don't need it to move too far to get the sell order that I have, so looking at about 41 Bitcoin before we actually get up to my open order for sell at 1936 and 1956, which would be around just under a 20% profit on the trade. I went in, I seem to recall, at about 1490. So this movement at the moment, there was a large movement about 6 hours ago of around 1.5 Bitcoin in volume. Then it went definitely quiet with very little going on, and now we've had some fluctuations, and it's a little hard to see what the trend is really, because we have this this great big gap which lasted for about 1 hour, which is sometimes a sign of something changing within the particular market. So currently we're at 1511. Overall volume today is 83 Bitcoin, which is good. It does feel like Bitshares is the coin that today is going to see more activity. Obviously, if I see a significant price moves, a little bit like I saw on the Ethereum coin, I might cancel these open orders while I'm online and try and see if it can go higher. Anyway, so that's slightly more encouraging, because I was starting to wonder if that would ever move. The other coin that is a really strange one is CLAM. I have done a lot of work on looking at CLAM, trying to read about CLAM. I sort of understand how they've distributed, in essence, what they call the CLAMs are distributed back into, I believe, the blockchain of Bitcoin, and also Litecoin and Dogecoin, I think. And so, in essence, people owning those currencies are able to get a wallet that mines the Bitcoin they have to see if they own it. That's my understanding. I have to say the website and everything's not so great. It's not really, doesn't feel like a very professional outfit, to be honest, but it's incredibly popular. And it's also been very fruitful for me. I've actually had a number of times now where I have gone in low, and within a day or two it pays off quite well with at least a 10% trade. Here you can see my trade. So I still have outstanding amount of one CLAM. I actually bought that at a high price. I was just trying to see if I could short on a shorter time, and so I bought it 0.00595, which is very high. And the idea was to sell at about 605. Anyway, that didn't happen that time round. Price dropped quickly, so I've decided to stay on that one. But I did sell in the order of 16 CLAM coins and made a 10% profit. And so this seems to be a coin that does a lot of pump and dumping, and if you can sort of spot that, then it's quite a good coin, because I'm going to go back in again. Yep, I'm looking to buy 7 clams at about 0.0482, which I think is a good price. What I have noticed is market depth has really changed since I've been watching it recently, and it's gone back up to a much more of a buy signal. And so I think it's fairly reasonable to expect again to go up to 0.006 and a bit more. In fact, I was watching it before. So today's a good example on CLAM, where you've got a significant low of about 0.04825 and a significant high of around 0.062. So that in a one-day trade is very, very good. I just don't seem to be able to capture it at the moment. So I need to do some work on that, but I think that kind of range on a regular basis would be good, certainly whilst this coin's popular. And as I say, I really don't know what the long-term future of this coin's going to be. And then as for some other trades, I have quite a bit invested in Dash. Dash, I've had lots of good experiences in the past. It's a pretty predictable coin now. It has lots of features which make it having a high value added nature to why people would want it, because of the anonymous nature of the coin, how it's structured, also its speed, and the fact that interestingly, there's quite a few coins now on the exchanges that can be bought directly for US dollars, and Dash is one of them. Obviously Ethereum is broken through as one of the main ones at the moment. There's also Monero coin, which is the XMR symbol, and this is starting to make me wonder a little bit about the big debate that or controversy, or some would say civil war, that's now developing over the idea to actually fork the original Bitcoin to allow larger block sizes up to, I believe, 8 megabytes. That really does raise an interesting question, because Bitcoin is dominant, but it's also old, and you do wonder if this fork is going to maybe take the shine off Bitcoin, and that actually, as we start to get used to some of these other cryptocurrencies, and the fact we can buy them directly for fiat currency, does make you wonder whether actually we are beginning to see in the next 2 years or so a real shift to where cryptocurrencies start to really shine on their own. And certainly as more literacy is gained within, people looking for new types of investments within the crypto field, but also as the banks more and more are getting involved in the different coins such as Ripple, NXT, Dash even at some point. So it just feels like we're starting to witness quite a fundamental shift in the cryptocurrency. Just a hunch, but the more you read, the more you do feel that this is definitely a trend that's going to come. And if the Bitcoin XT fork is handled very badly, or if it goes, really enough to scare the horses in the market, then I do think we might actually start to see some of these other coins, especially Ethereum at the moment, and Dash, and Monero, and Bitshares, and I believe Ripple could actually become much bigger players altogether. In terms of Dash, I'm holding a position. I bought in at about 0.1111, I think, and I'm looking to get out at 0.1198 and 87. Pretty flat market depth. It's normally like that. It shows it's a fairly well established coin, but very little movement. It's very slow, and it's the same with Monero. And also I've gone in on Counterparty, which also is not really doing much. NXT is not doing much. Ripple, which is XRP, I essentially sold out on my position, and I'm looking to go back in at 3174, which again I think should happen at some point. I think it's stubbornly staying high, but there is indications it's starting to come down now, and I hope that I'll be able to get back into that coin. We've had some lows below 3.4, and I'm just waiting for about 3174 at the moment. And again, if there's a sudden sell-off, then I would intervene and actually cancel that order and start to be online to make sure I can benefit from that. Anyway, there's an update for the moment. Market's quite quiet, learning a lot more about the moves of some of these coins, following lots of the debates in cryptocurrencies, and just having a ball. Okay, thanks for all the feedback I've been getting, and please subscribe, because I intend to keep videos coming as often as I can, and yeah, and see you soon. Thank you.